welcome back to another episode of Big Mood. Yay!
Big Mood.
Let's sound off. Who's here? Starting with me. It's Gina. Hi.
It's Bose.
Here.
Gina, you gotta just call out our names. You gotta
All
just
right,
call out our
fine.
names.
Okay, sounding off. This is Gina. Today we got Tiff, we got Jess, we got Bose, and we have the beautiful, the one and only, with the perfect makeup and the cute jewelry line, Stacy Diaz.
I feel like she's about to start a fight, like it's like an MMA fight.
But that would be
Stacy Diaz. Coming in the left corner, featherweight champion, Stacey Diaz. How you doing, girl? Thanks for coming back.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
Yay. Our first virtual guest, and it had to be you, girl. It had
Of
to
course.
We love us some Stacy. Yo, Stacy, what's your quarantine life been like? We've been talking about ours a lot over the past few weeks. Fill us in, girl.
So basically, I'm like the only person in my family that has been staying home because all my family, they're like essential workers. So when everything started breaking down, like my anxiety was through the fucking roof where I wasn't leaving my room. And I was like, nobody touch me. Like, don't talk to me. Don't even look at me, you know? Like I would come out of my room and I would like disinfect everything and stuff. But I think like as time has gone by, like I've kind of relaxed into it a little bit, and I work from home like all of you guys, so I really been enjoying it now. Like I've been doing hella random ass fucking projects like painting and tie-dyeing and doing a bunch of different things.
fun.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of settling into it. Like I don't really mind it as much as I did in the beginning. In the beginning it was fucking chaotic, but now I'm big chilling.
Have you been quarantining by yourself, or you have someone with you? I know you have your puppy.
So I have my
sister?
child. Yeah, my sister lives with me. My sister and I live together, and then my boyfriend occasionally comes over.
Ooh, I want to know how that's going. You actually have someone with you. Like, well, you can kind of still hook up during quarantine. I'm a little bit jealous, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I feel like hooking up is so different though when you're in a like long-term relationship. Like that's not hooking up, bro. It's a whole different.
Yeah.
True, girl.
Like,
Well, you know what?
Tell me about it.
You know what sucks right now? I was talking to one of our mutual friends. Actually, he started dating someone new, and like during like this new honeymoon phase, they've only gone on like 2 dates, and now it's just her over at his house all the time. Like the whole honeymoon dating phase is completely skipped, and they're like a couple living together now, and they're like, "What do we do?"
That's a quick way to figure out if it works or not. Do you guys think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Like you come in, you kind of like a guy, and then suddenly you have to like stick it out for a month and see if it works. Like, could that work?
Too much. I think it's too much. I want to go on dates. I want to be wined and dined, and then like just come over to your house like once a week or something.
I guess it depends what kind of personality you have, Bose, because I think for me personally, I think I would like that. Like I would like being holed up with someone and really seeing their true colors.
Yeah.
And then making up my mind.
Yeah, because also like I just want to know like this is gonna work or not. Like, you know, do we want to waste time on 8 dates if we can just knock it out in a month?
Go
and
straight
see?
to like married couple lifestyle and see if you want it or not. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I just feel like,
bro, my dude and I, we've been together for 2 or 3 years and we still haven't tried that yet. So like, I want to know.
Oh yeah, you should know by now. You guys need to quarantine together for a couple weeks.
You have been with him the whole time, Bose?
Huh?
Have you seen him throughout this whole time?
It's been rough, girl. We see each other. I'll quarantine for 2 weeks straight and then see him because his parents are autoimmune compromised. So like, bro, like straight up, like this is going to sound harsh, but like if I end up killing his parents, we're going to break up and I cannot handle that. Like I would be so fucking
You're going to break
sad.
up, but also he's going to murder you probably.
Literally, like that would be so bad. So I'm very, very strict with my quarantining, and and then I go see him and we're separate and it's amazing.
Your husband came over to your house and just stayed with you the whole time.
Dude,
Good point.
it's been so long. It feels like empty because I would see him every single week. It almost, even though we were only seeing each other on the weekends, it really truly did almost feel like he lived with me because I work during the daytime and then I'm kind of free at night. And just now, since I'm always home, I like cannot believe he hasn't been here in like a month and some change, and it kind of sucks.
do you live by yourself?
Me? Yeah.
Oh,
I've been totally alone.
Is Gina the only one that hasn't been to your house yet?
I think maybe.
Pretty much.
But you're in my living room, so it feels like everyone's just invited to my house already.
True.
Yeah. It's been kind of rough because then I'm dating a guy who loves to work out, and it's such a pain in the ass. Because
wait, is that a picture of the guy you're
that his body?
dating?
That's him.
Yeah, and it's really hard for us because
fucking Michael B. Jordan.
Oh my god.
sometimes we get into arguments because he just wants to work out all day, and I'm like, oh my god, Michael, I'm just so tired, but I figured I should show you guys what he looks like because you guys have never seen my boyfriend before. Huh?
I swoop right in. He's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're like, Michael, why don't you work out by throwing me into that wall? How about that?
It's that's all I want. But it's been really hard on us because it takes me a while to get used to him and just walking around shirtless all the time and I can't focus at work. I know. It's really hard. I'm trying. Quarantine's been really rough for me.
You know what though? I've definitely been a little thirstier than usual. Anyone else?
I think everyone has because everyone is either lacking dick or having too much dick and they're gonna get pregnant in they're gonna give birth in 9 months.
Oh hell no, that's a Scorpio's baby.
How's your relationship?
Stacey, you had your birthday during this whole thing.
Yeah,
How was that?
So it was my birthday on April 5th, and bitch, I was stressing because you know how when it's your birthday, I don't know if I'm the only one, but you know how you get extra sad for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
I don't know why, but literally I was just oh my god, freaking out because I was everybody's gonna touch me and everybody's gonna want to give me a hug and everybody's gonna be with me, and so
look at Gina.
I know her fine ass man right there.
Wow, now she's licking his boobie for you
guys.
You audio listeners, you need to watch this.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so when that came up, I thought he was wearing a sweater.
It's all textured.
Kilimanjaro.
Gina keeps stealing the show with her ridiculousness. As you were saying, Stacey.
Sorry, Stacey.
So anyway, I was hella fucking stressed out. I just was freaking out. But then the day after, when it was my actual birthday, my sister actually surprised me with my mom and my brother. Aww. And my mom never takes a day off of work, so she ended up taking a day off of work for me. And I was so fucking happy. I had been stressing so much that day. I was you know what? I'm just going to get fucked up and I'm going to take the day off of worrying. Today I'm not going to worry and then tomorrow I'll worry again. And that's basically how we spent it. We spent it here drinking and we had birria, which was bomb.
Oh.
Yeah. What?
Birria?
Birria.
Wait, what is that?
I've never had that. I know what it's spelled.
Birria.
I've heard of it. What is it?
It's cow meat. I think it's
shredded.
Yeah, it's shredded, but it's in its juice, Bitch, it's bomb. It's my favorite food. You try it. And you can eat it with quesadilla or by itself or in caldo, soup. It's bomb. I'm craving it.
I'm hungry now. Shit.
Oh, no.
But that's what we ended up doing for my birthday. And I'm just fucking glad it's over because it was too much pressure. Everybody was capping on us Aries because we were the first ones to have our birthday during quarantine,
Yeah.
So everybody was oh, you guys did it. And then once it was over, I'm okay, great. I feel great now. I don't care now.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
29.
Yay!
29. Oh, you're still a baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I know we have a topic for this week, but I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What's the worst habit that you've picked up during quarantine?
I decided to see how long I can grow out my toenails.
What?
Toenails, tequila. Dude, my leg hair is definitely reaching a maximum length.
Oh my god, I was like that, but then I was the other day I woke up and I was you know what, fuck this. I'm shaving my legs. I don't want to feel like shit because it makes me sad. It makes me sad.
Now is the time where I'm not going to see anyone and I can just do whatever fucking bodily experiments I want to do, right? How long can a bitch grow up?
Bart right now.
Yeah, I want to see.
Let me find out how much I can pee.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to see how long I can grow out my toenails. And I've been 3 of them broke, but we're still going strong. We're good.
3 of them
have
broke.
To put them up now. We need to see.
No, gross. No, this is for my enjoyment only.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Because imagine they're
you ain't gonna share them toenails with us, girl.
Them shits look like they got acrylics on. I was
Oh
kidding.
my god! I want to see
Stacey,
Gina just
you have
swipe a
yours?
piece of paper and
You
see
do
if it
your
cuts
nails.
through.
Someone would pay for this shit. I'm telling you. So if you guys want to buy my toenail clippings out there, I'll put them out for my
That's-
OnlyFans or something. I don't know.
Link
I'll start
in the
an OnlyFans
description?
for it. I know. I'll put a link in the description.
Tiff, what about you? What's your worst habit been?
Me, I have been so this week has been the exception because I have been a good girl and been waking up early, but I've always, like, this entire quarantine, I've been going to sleep, like, at 3 a.m., waking up at, like, noon, sometimes, like, I'll be in bed for, like, a couple hours, and I'll get out, and then, like, eat by, like, 3 or 4 p.m., like today, actually, I wasn't good, and I haven't eaten. It's already 5:30, but that's why I'm like, this is my breakfast. Those are my bad habits.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
not
what I
normal?
was gonna say. My
Is that
worst
not normal?
habit.
If you're on the Gina schedule. Hello, excuse me.
Yeah, exactly.
We are, sister. But the Gina schedule is 6 a.m. The sleep schedule is 6 a.m. until 4 p.m. And Gina
But-
makes exceptions for us.
The other day, I was on Zoom with a few of these girls, and they saw me working out and doing yoga. They were like, "What the
yeah.
fuck?"
Wow.
It's
I was
going
like,
on.
this is a new Gina.
It
was
What
shocking.
is happening?
I think whatever
she
Michael
literally
B.
rolled
Jordan
out her
is
yoga
doing.
mat. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever he's doing is
Yeah.
working. And then she had like a weight too, and I'm like, who is this Gina?
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen you do that.
It's weird because it takes a fucking pandemic for me to be like, I kind of want to die with a banging body. You know? How about you, Stacey? Any bad habits you've been picking up?
I think pretty relatable to you guys is just the fact that, like, at some point I went to sleep like at 5 a.m. and I was like, what the fuck? And I just personally don't like waking up later because I feel like I miss my whole day. But also there's like nothing to do, so there's no problem if you just sleep, you know? So I talked about it in one of my videos, and somebody commented and was like, the concept of time is like fake right now. Like,
Yeah.
time doesn't exist as we know it. So it doesn't really matter if you sleep like at 5 a.m. and then wake up at whatever time. Like, I'm allowing myself to just do whatever the fuck I want to do, you know, because otherwise, like, it's just too stressing. Like, there's no rules right now, you know?
I saw something on Twitter the other day that made me feel a lot better. Because have you guys felt really like just kind of lazy or unproductive, but you're still like actually getting shit done?
Mm-hmm.
You just like feel like it. It said you can't compare your productivity today to what it was 2 months ago because that world doesn't exist right now. So it's just not fair to you. And that kind of just let me like breathe a little bit better. Cause I'm thinking about like how, everyone was like moving and shaking 2 months ago. And now I feel like such a lazy piece of shit, but like, we should enjoy this as much as we can.
This is our one chance to be pieces of shit, and no one can say a thing about it.
Yeah.
There
So
was a quote
true.
that I saw on Reddit. I have it actually. It says, "An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior." So like all of this is really abnormal. And even like me working out is abnormal behavior in this abnormal situation.
That's so true.
So I feel like a lot of people have been really blue. Like yesterday I was feeling just fucking dreadful. Like, I did not feel good at all.
Well, Gina, I think, like, you sleeping at 6 a.m. and waking up at 4 p.m., like, there's a little bit with your circadian rhythm that I'm concerned about, slightly.
You want to know something fucked up? I've been getting up pretty goddamn early, which is weird.
Is that
Like,
why you're
I've-
sad now?
Yeah, this is now.
I know.
This is why I'm
Go
sad.
back to the old,
maybe go back.
Tiffany and I have switched.
Gina's like,
I know, we
day
did.
47, there's a mysterious light in the sky.
It burns when I look at it. So, I want to know specifically because like Casey and Tiff, you guys live together. Bozy Bose, you're all by yourself. Jess, you've been by yourself also.
I'm literally by myself. You
Yeah.
guys have boyfriends and whatever, a husband.
Yo,
I
wait,
don't know.
you got 2 dogs that love you though. I got me and a bunch of Postmates bags.
Yeah. And then Stacey, you've been seeing your boyfriend. How have you guys' relationships been affected by this whole quarantine thing? Because I see so many memes of like, I'm gonna kill my husband. I can't fucking stand having my wife at home. When he breathes, I want to punch him in the face. So how's it been for you guys?
You can take it, Stace.
Okay, I'll go first. So personally, I can say I really like to be by myself. But I only like it when I have the option to be. So for example, like if I was in a situation like no shade, no tea, Jess. But like, if I was like in Jess' shoes, I would be having a really hard emotional time because I feel like whether we like it or not, having someone there to text or to be like, dude, I feel like shit right now, or whatever the case may be, like that must be so tough to not have like a backbone backing you up or whatever. So in the beginning, my boyfriend has made decisions regarding his quarantine period that made, like, personally, I wouldn't do. For example, like, I don't know, like, not that this has happened, but let's just pretend like if he went to the supermarket without a mask and gloves and like touched his face or things like that, you know, that otherwise that behavior you would have never been able to know, you know? So just decisions that I would have made differently, he's made way different than me. So I freaked out on him and I'm like, you need to be more responsible and you need to be more careful and blah, blah, blah. And like, I tend to like project into the future a lot. And I'm like, dude, if we fucking had kids, like you wouldn't be able to come around the kids and bullshit. And I'm just like, bitch, you don't have kids. Like right now, you don't have kids.
But I mean, this is the time. I mean, this is the period before you have kids where you're testing his viability as a husband and a father. So I don't know if you're really that wrong for saying this kind of thing.
But the way you have to see it, because that's the same way I thought about it too. But the way I see it now, it's like, well, he's not a husband and a father yet.
So his actions might be different.
Yeah, because I feel like the way that I act now, like, yeah, like I'm reliable, I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. But once I become a mother, like I will step up whatever my behavior already is. You know what I mean? Like if we were already married and had kids, like I wouldn't leave the house at all. Like he would go to the supermarket on his own and like with the list or whatever and come back. And I'm glad I don't fucking have kids right now. But yeah, so like when things like that would happen, I would be like, hey, like I need you to wait at least a week before you come over the house. You know, like I don't want to see you because, you know, whatever is essential to you might be different than what's essential to me. And that's fine. I respect it. But you have to respect like my anxiety levels. You have to respect my rules. You have to respect the way that I'm choosing to live through this pandemic, you know? True. So we're getting like a good rhythm now. Like he's been here for the past couple of days and I fucking love him. I fucking do. But I love being by myself a lot. You know?
He's like sitting outside the door like, fuck you too, bitch. I'm leaving.
I don't know. Like it just makes me wonder like, oh my God, because he's been here a lot. So I'm just like, how do people live together? Like,
oh no. Do you guys plan on living together soon?
Right. Eventually, like I love him and he loves me. And I want to spend the rest of my life with him. But I just think that when we have our own place, I want my own room. Like we can sleep together, but I want like my office, my closet room, or like my makeup room or whatever the fuck, like a place for my own.
Yeah.
Just go be by myself, you know?
Yeah. And you know, I feel like you should have like you guys can share a bed, but it's gotta be comfortable.
Oh my God.
You know, and you know what would make that bed really comfortable? A Buffy comforter. That's right, y'all. Right. My favorite thing in the whole world. How have I not memorized this yet? Y'all know this is a eucalyptus fiber, super soft, earth-friendly bedding. It gives you the best night's sleep. I talk about this all the time. You know, when you go to bed in a hotel, it's not the mattress. It's not the mattress. It's not the sheets. It's the comforter, dog. And I swear to God, this comforter gives you a hotel style experience. I'm knocked out every night, drooling and stuff. I almost said the S word. They give you, it's a eucalyptus fiber that's breathable, cool to the touch, and it gives you the best sleeping temperature. You don't overheat, so it's perfect for the summer. Their products are cruelty-free and hypoallergenic. You know, I like that. There's no down feathers or animal products at all. And it has over 20,000 5-star reviews that come out to a 4.6 rating. The numbers don't lie, y'all, and neither do I. That's right. Get your Buffy comforter with $20 off by visiting buffy.co and then enter the code MOOD. Once again, that's 20% off your Buffy comforter. All you got to do is visit buffy.co and enter the code MOOD.
And a lot of successful couples have always said that when you share a bed, always have 2 comforters so you're not fighting over it at night. So get 2 Buffy comforters.
Get 2.
Well, we have 1 Buffy and we're pretty good, but 2 would be better. I need another one.
I need like 3.
And what's the best way to shop right now? is to shop online.
Online?
Because when you're stuck in quarantine and you got nothing to do, all you do is shop, and I've been shopping so much. Somebody please help me. I'm spending so much money, but not that much money. Why? Because we have Honey. We all shop online a lot, especially now. But did you know that you can make online shopping even better? You can with Honey. Honey is a free online shopping tool that saves you money. Honey automatically finds all the best promo codes online. So all you have to do is go to your favorite sites like Target, Best Buy, Sephora.
Sephora?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I need to get some new makeup.
Mm-hmm. Even eBay. And when you check out, a little box pops up, and all you do is click on it, and it says apply coupons, and you wait a few seconds for it to scan every promo code on the internet to find you the best ones, and then watch your prices drop. I've been using it lately because, like I said, I've been spending a lot of money for no damn reason. Now my room's a mess, but I saved a bunch of money off of it. So Honey has found over 18 million members, over $2 billion, that's B, $billion in savings. Not using Honey is literally passing up free money. It's free to use and installs in just 2 clicks. Plus, it's backed by PayPal, so you know you can trust it. So now you can get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/mood. That's joinhoney.com/mood. Save some money in this quarantine shopping, y'all. You're welcome.
Hell
You're
yeah.
welcome, y'all.
I need to go to Sephora today. Once we get off, I'm gonna go buy. Dude, all my makeup is expired now. It's disgusting.
Oh, well, luckily you don't have to go anywhere.
I don't have to go anywhere for sure, but when we're
Shipment might
filming,
take like 2 months.
we're filming and stuff. Oh, I know.
It's non-essential.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything I've ordered so far is like, please allow 30 days for shipping because of COVID. And I'm like,
But
okay,
then it comes
that's
faster
fine.
than
Yeah,
that,
it's
though.
there in like
It
4
does.
days, 5 days max. It's still there. I'm like,
I'm just
okay.
trying to play it safe.
Yeah. How about you, Tiff? How are you and Casey doing this quarantine together? And Isaac together, too.
Yeah. So Isaac, he has visited his dad every 2 weeks. So we have like a weekend off. Every 2 weeks he'll spend a weekend there. So like we're still like trying to be safe because then like his family is also quarantining because Isaac's dad lives with his mom. So and there's like kids in the house and stuff. So they're trying to be safe. And so that's been interesting, just having Isaac here all along and having him work on homework. He's, like I've said before, like a million times, he's so responsible, so I don't have to be on him about getting his homework done. It's really weird though, because they're going to do a virtual assembly on Thursday. So I'm like, hey Isaac, I want to be there. I want to know what this is going to be like.
Yeah.
Apparently they're going to do like a Zoom virtual assembly with like for all the 6th and 7th graders. So I'm like, that's interesting.
My problem with that is every motherfucking assembly I went to in school was pointless. Like, name a single assembly that we needed. So why do y'all?
I
and Tiff, you
loved
gotta go too,
assemblies.
dude. I liked it because I got out of class, but like, I don't remember a single poignant.
Totally boring. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't remember the content of any
sitting
of them.
there and being bored rather than being in class and like listening to a lecture. So I loved assemblies. That's why for this one I was like, I need to see what this is like. Like, what is
Please
this gonna
tell
be
us.
like?
I remember.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know.
I remember when I was a kid, we had like an assembly, but it was like a very young, like sex ed kind of assembly. I think this was like in 5th grade. And they split the boys and the girls to teach them about, their respective parts and stuff.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And then I remember the woman saying, like, this is a tampon and you put it in your vagina when you're on your period. And I raised my hand because I honestly didn't know. I was like, what's a vagina? And then she kind of looks and she goes, the bigger hole. And then, like, the kids around me, like, when I asked, the girls around me were laughing. And I was like, bitch, like, you know what a fucking vagina is, And that's the one thing I remember from, like, that's the one assembly that I remember.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least now you know what it is.
Yeah. How about you, Buzz? How about, like, you haven't, like you said, you haven't seen your boyfriend very much.
Wait, I didn't tell you about
We didn't talk about Casey.
Oh, shit, that's right. I'm sorry.
You're the married one.
I mean, I kind of mentioned it before too, but
I had to restart my recording, so I was a little bit gone. Sorry.
It's okay. So Casey and I, we've been used to this lifestyle of like working together, living together, like being at home most of the week because our jobs, like we only have to go in whenever we film, which before this pandemic, we would go into the office once a week, or he would go in like twice a week because he'd have a meeting with the guys, like a writing meeting or whatever. But for the majority of the week, we would be together at home. So this is not too different, but it has heightened like the sense of like cabin fever. So we do kind of like nip at each other a little bit more than we normally would in the past. But it has been great because we have resolved our problems more than we would in the past, because now we're like, we have no other place to go. Like, we might as well be like good vibes in this house since we have nowhere else to be, you know? So it has allowed us to resolve our stuff a lot faster. Our communication's getting a lot better because we're able to articulate what it is that bothered us or whatever the problem is. We're able to just get through that quicker. So this quarantine, in my opinion, it has helped our relationship a lot. So,
Div, do you guys, when you're working, because obviously you both work on the computer and stuff, do you guys work in different rooms, or are you guys literally like sitting in front of each other, like typing away?
No, you see this right here where I'm pointing? That's my office right here on the bed.
Oh,
so I'm here.
Pillow.
You did. I love it. I sleep with it every single night. So this is my office. And Casey likes to work on a table, so he works usually at the dining table, which is downstairs. But more recently, like today, for example, he likes to take his laptop outside in our tiny, tiny little patch of dirt backyard.
How cute.
And he's just chilling out there and working on it. But for the most part, we're not in the same room when we work. Mm-hmm. But we try to spend as much time as we can when it's not work related, like free time stuff. Like we'll watch Netflix or whatever, or we'll have every meal we sit together like as a family, and we're just trying to like spend family time.
That's good. So you guys have been taking that time. Like, you guys are forced to deal with problems with each other now, and that's actually pretty cool. You guys can talk things out, because I know couples, when they have the opportunity to, they kind of like split and go their different ways to kind of just cool off. So that's pretty cool.
True.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
Stacey,
I was just going to say, I think that couples that have very poor communication will be pushed further apart because the problems will be amplified and they can't talk it out. But for you guys, even if there was an issue, it sounds like you're speaking the same language, which is a really good indicator for the future of your relationship too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Because I would have labeled us as like worst communicators possible in any like history of relationship of ever. And now it's getting better.
Yeah, that's good.
We're making diamonds over there with all this pressure.
Seriously. Hey, this quarantine's actually doing good for some people then.
What about you, Gina?
Great.
It's been good. Like, me and my man here, you know, sometimes we have some problems.
Michael.
But we work it out, you know, like we get into arguments and I'm like, you know what, I need you to make me feel better. And he just lays the pipe.
Oh my God.
Lays the pipe.
Oh my God.
But you know, like my relationship stuff, I keep it pretty private. I've been pretty, it's been good. It's been good here. Like, I have no complaints here. Yeah.
No fights at all?
Here and there, like nips, like we nip at each other here and there.
I was just going to say, I need to go quarantine with Jess. Look at her.
I know, right?
Straight out the bottle.
I think Jess needs you to go quarantine with her.
Well,
she needs somebody.
Rose and Jess quarantine together if you guys are both by yourself.
I know, right?
My boyfriend, then I can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
True, she has to be careful.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'll tell you guys about mine since you guys kind of know a little bit of it, but I also need some Stacy advice too. So, Stacy, I gotta catch you up on this. Dude, right before quarantine, my boy and I almost broke up. Like, it was totally valid. Like, there was some repeating behaviors in him. And I just felt like I had given up at this point. And here's the crazy thing. So this is funny. I was actually shooting JK News like the week that like this happened in 2 days. And like it really came to a head on a day that I was shooting JK News. Girl, I thought I was so done. And there was a female best friend that was in the picture. Okay. And just long story short, it was like, it was like we had to break up. And girl, I thought I could do it. Please help me understand this, Stacy. I was sitting in the car. I was on lunch at JK and we started talking about it like very, and this is a little before quarantine. We started talking about it, just really getting to the meat of it. And I felt like this issue wouldn't be worked out. So I did it. I was like trying to utter like, you know, we have to break up. And oh my God, I hope I don't cry talking about this.
Oh, it's okay.
Dude, I am gonna cry. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. I've been broken up with like one time maybe, but I've usually broken up with guys and it was when the time was done. And this was a point where I thought I was ready to walk away, but it was like, this guy we've been together for 2 years. It's like he's intertwined in my veins. And when I thought we were going to break up, it literally felt like somebody was just uprooting all of my like organs and my veins and everything out of my body. It was a physical pain. And like I literally like screamed when I thought that it was like over because like I felt it. It felt like I was being stabbed in the fucking heart. Like it was insane. And I've never felt that before. Stacey, why did that happen to me? But also just to update you. So that was right before. And here we are.
Stacey, why do men?
Yeah, why I've never felt that before, but just, you know, like at this point, I feel like I took every second with him for granted. This man is like, we are one. It was insane. So like we are on amazing terms at this point, but like a month ago, I'm like, what fucking happened to me? Am I that deep in?
Yeah. So quick question. Are your parents together or separated?
My real parents are separated, but my stepdad has been with my mom for about 10 or 15 years and they're great, inseparable. They're great. I love him.
Do you remember like your parents like separating, or did this happen when you were so little that you don't remember?
They were never together. They were like not married. They kind of were kind of, yeah. So.
Okay. So I think a lot of it has to do, have you ever been heartbroken before?
No. Is that what you said?
Well, then that's the answer right there.
We fucking lucky.
The first one is always the worst one.
Dude.
So those feelings that you're describing, like I think for sure I felt them. I'm sure you guys can all relate to those feelings. But I swear by this, the first one feels like you're getting ran over and like somebody tied you to the back of a truck and they're just pulling you through the dirt.
Yeah, and then they get out of the car and they just start stabbing me.
Yeah.
Like we didn't break up because I could not, the emotional pain turned into a physical pain and I couldn't handle it. I didn't understand. Like,
so I suppose, you know, never mind. Go, Stacey.
I need everyone's advice because I'm still processing.
I think just like
my therapist talked to me about this.
Like a super important thing to say about this is you never bring up the breaking up part or like even give it to them like, hey, I'm thinking about this. Because then if you say, I think I'm going to break up with you, but you're like, no, it hurts too much. Then they see that you have like literally a physical dependence on them. And then they're like, well, I can do whatever the fuck I want because she's not going to break up with me no matter what I do. So you don't bring this up to them. Like you can like deal with your own shit, go to a therapy, write your own shit down, but don't bring this up to him until you're either ready to walk the fuck away or you're like, I'm going to write this out on my own.
Absolutely, dude. I don't know how many times where I felt like I was strong. I was like doing the right thing in my life and my relationships. And then I tell them and then I can't do it. And then I'm treated like trash from the fucking day after that. It just goes downhill.
I can totally see that.
Because they lose respect for you. Like, it's like, you can't even respect your own word. Why am I going to respect you? Like, you're not going to leave me. You know?
That's true. I think about the physical pain,
go ahead.
though. So my therapist, she actually specializes in where, I forgot what she called it because it's this weird kind of therapy, but the whole thing, like my therapy sessions with her, she would have me just say like something painful about my past or whatever that I'm carrying, like my trauma, and she would have me be very mindful of where in my body I felt any sort of tension or any sort of like buildup or anything, because she says that, and also like Eckhart Tolle, he says this a lot, where your emotions, like emotional pain is like there is a physical repercussion from it. Like your emotions literally feel like when you're stressed, for example, when you're stressed, you have high blood pressure, you end up having like heart attacks or whatever, like you go bald, you're
breathing
whatever, there's
problems.
physical exactly, breathing problems and all that stuff. Like emotions are tied to your physical body. Like you will have a physical reaction to whatever emotions you're having. So even when you're angry, for example, when you're mad, take a second, like next time you're mad, take a second and actually analyze
next
your
time
body,
I'm mad.
and you're gonna see. No, anyone. Like I'm just saying, like anyone.
Yeah.
So, because I did this after my therapist told me this, and she was like, "You really just take a second, and you're gonna see your heart is pounding. Your body has a reaction to that emotion. So, like your breath starts getting more rapid, or like your head.
My vision starts
like
shaking like crazy. Like my vision.
Exactly.
Do you get
Eugene about to black out
Dude.
and kill somebody.
No, like when I get like real angry, my vision starts straight up shaking, and I have to like hold on to something because I get so mad.
Damn, I've never
But if
had
you
that.
take a second and actually think about how your vision is getting shaky, and like you analyze it, like you actually note it, like you're looking at it from like a third person perspective of like, oh, that's interesting, my vision's getting shaky, or oh, my heart is pounding so loudly that I feel it like outside my chest, or whatever. Like you actually label how your body is reacting. As soon as you start labeling it, it's gonna start dissipating, and then like that's how you manage your stress.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like this topic actually. Stacey, you seem like someone who's very very in tune with her emotions and like life experiences and all that stuff. Like you've been through it and you understand it. How do you, like, I get this question all the time in my DMs, and we get it in our comments too. How do you personally deal with breakups or like strifes in your relationships?
Oh my gosh. So thank you for the compliments.
Yeah.
I love this. Stacey Diaz gives us the therapy we need.
Yeah. By the end of this episode, we're all sobbing. Stacey's like, these bitches are all fucked up.
No, it's just really funny because I always say, man, like if I didn't have to go to school, like I would be a therapist. Like if it wasn't because this shit is forever years long, I would do it. But I
really quick. Can I just say Stacey helped save my marriage?
Oh,
I'm just saying that right now.
Damn.
She saved my marriage. Because after having that talk with you, girl, you really helped me see things in a different perspective where I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is so simple, or whatever it was, right? But if you need to be a therapist because you saved me.
Stacey, you're about to get 3 a.m. text messages from me just sobbing, girl.
No, for real. Yeah, if y'all, the OGs remember, first episode where I met Stacey Diaz, I called her mom. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just grateful for the gift, and I'm grateful that people are willing to open up to me. But definitely, if you need therapy, my videos and what I say is not qualified as therapy. Like you guys don't need to go to therapy. But to talk about breakups and to kind of focus on both a little bit, because you said something, Bose, that was really interesting. You said that you were ready to break up with this person, but you didn't because you felt pain.
I will say this. One of the things I noticed was I didn't realize how much I loved him. I didn't realize how deep it was, because every single other relationship I had, this sounds really fucked up, but I've talked about it before. I almost feel like I dated these guys that were almost like out of my league for validation. And it wasn't intentional. It was unconscious. And then it's like, once I got that validation, we were able to separate easily. And I think that this is the first time that I'm like truly, deeply, disturbingly in love. And I thought that I could walk away since it was so easy before, but this is different.
Yeah. Yeah, and every relationship will be different, but I think it's worth to know. Obviously, I don't know what made you come to the conclusion that you were ready to walk away and that you were like, okay, I want to leave this person or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like if the only thing that's keeping you there, like let's say, these are just examples, but let's say, for example, he's a piece of shit. He lies, he whatever the fuck, like all bad things. If the only thing that's keeping you there is the fact that you don't want to feel pain, that's not a good enough reason to stay, because pain is inevitable. So whether you want to feel the pain like at once, like kind of like ripping off a Band-Aid and just getting it over with, or you want to continuously go through the process of prolonging the breakup, eventually I believe that what's meant to happen is going to happen. And
I don't think we're going to break up. I was mostly confused about I'd never felt physical pain like that. That's what I didn't really understand. We ended up, part of it was definitely me, because I wasn't, when you think that you can walk away from someone or you don't realize how deeply you love them, you act a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. And when I had that revelation of how much I cared about him, I changed a lot of my habits too. And right now we're literally stronger than ever. I just don't, it made me realize a lot of what I was doing too, basically. That heart stab.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I journaled about it, so I'm going to reflect on it one day and hopefully.
It's wild, but so maybe you need to look into like your attachment style. So I don't know if we any of us have ever talked about this, but basically you can be attached to a person in 3 different ways. Like there's people that are anxiously attached, which means like, oh my God, does he love me? Does he love me? Like, please show me that you love me, like that all the time. There's people that are avoidant attached, which is like, there's a problem that rises up between you and I, and I'm like, I'm just going to break up with you. So maybe it sounds like you're there, you know, because I'm like that. Like, I'm the type that's like, oh, you're not doing things this way or that way. Like, it's just easier to walk away. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. What's the third one?
It's not you, Gina. I can tell you that.
It's not me either. But the third one is the one we all want to get to, which is confidently attached, which means 2 people are both like, yeah, that's my boyfriend.
That's me and my man now.
So when you start to get deeper into these, you start to understand yourself. Like, bitch, I'm the type that's fight or flight. Like, I see a problem and I'm like, peace. Like, I'm out. Let's get a divorce. Like, I'm done with it. You know?
I think that's me too. Like, I'm so quick to be like, oh, fuck this shit, you know, whatever. Like, even sometimes with friendships too. Excuse me. I'm just like, oh, it's too hard. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like sometimes you just, I don't know. Like I feel like that's a really, really common one, especially for like us as women in like our 20s. Like, yeah, I feel like that's super common.
I'm the exact same way too, because like, well, growing up, I didn't have like a model relationship because my parents were divorced. So I was raised on like Disney movies and like romance, and so I'm like, oh, so you're not gonna show up to my house with 1,000 roses to tell me that you love me? I'm out. You know? You don't learn you don't learn what conflict resolution is either. So like if we're arguing within like the first 6 months, I'm like, wait a minute, in the movies they don't argue in the first 6 months. They have a whole 80s montage about how beautiful their relationship is. They don't argue, so this is not right. And then someone like, I used to be like that, so whenever we like the first argument, I'm like, this is not the one, and then I just want to leave immediately.
Dude, Gina, I feel like Tiff, go ahead.
In case you guys were wondering, like, what kind of attachment style you do have, because this is how I discovered mine, is I went to this website called yourpersonality.net, and that's where, like, I ended up, like, you do, like, this questionnaire, and then you talk about, like, your best friend, your mom, your dad, like I think those were the 3. Oh, your spouse, like your significant other, and then you answer questions about your relationship with them, and then they have this chart, and then they chart it like where you are, like you're avoidant, you're secure, you're anxious, and all this stuff, and like. And so I found out that generally I'm a secure person. It's just that in my relationship it was not that great, but now it's good. And also this yourpersonality.net website. If you create an account, they'll send you an email and they'll remind you, I think it's 6 months, every 6 months for you to retake this entire survey. And then you get to chart out your personality and your relationship style, attachments, and all this stuff throughout time. So that you can see how you have changed throughout the years. So it's pretty interesting.
So you like go from being secure to like completely anxious and insecure. And you're like, well, maybe this relationship that's new in the last 6 months is not helping me.
They email you like a year later, like, bitch, are you okay?
They're like, something's happening. Cut it out.
They email you like your account has been hacked.
That's something we're concerned.
Like you could also put like recent events or whatever. Like I wrote like in my most recent one, because they ask you like, has anyone passed, you know, that you know or whatever. And for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, Kobe's death like affected me. So I wrote that like I had I forgot how they label it, but like someone that I've lost or whatever. Like
that's so funny. You put Kobe down.
I was like, Kobe's death.
Torn up about that though.
Yeah, Tiff really hit that hard.
The tech guy responds to you, bitch, me too.
Do you know what I was gonna say about the movies is like, I can't remember if I've said this or not, but I thought about it before, is like in the movies, they show you how it gets to that point, how he like swoons her and all of this. And then the movie cuts off before the real relationship begins. So we see the honeymoon phase, or actually, I don't even think we see that. We see the getting the girl phase, and then we don't see anything after that.
The real relationship stuff, indie movies. That's where you see it.
Oh, that's
really
true.
Focus on that.
Those 500 days of summer or something.
500 days of summer.
Yeah.
That I loved that movie. Oh my God. Because I thought that girl was like me, which is really fucked up.
It was me or you? What do you say?
I said the girl, have you seen 500 Days of Summer?
Yeah. You said she was mean?
No, she reminded me of me in the sense that she was just flighty and just like almost like just not dating people for the right reasons.
But if you notice, she was dating, which is what dating is. You get to know people until she found the one for her. You know what I mean? Like, that's allowed. Like, I know most of us are like in long-term relationships, but bitch, you never know. Like, you never know. Like, just like how we're sitting here, like, our boyfriends can potentially meet someone and they're like, hey, you know what? Like, this is the other person that I actually have a deeper connection with.
Oh my God, don't say that!
That's awful! Stacy!
You need to be okay with that. Because
that's true.
At the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, if you love your partner that much, you will want the best for them. And if
honestly, plot twist, I don't love him anymore. I love me and I need him to stay. How about that?
Either he's in a relationship with me or I kill him and he has a relationship with Jesus.
That's right, Gina. That's right. That's right.
No, I feel like I do agree with that though, even though it's fucking shocking to hear it. Because I did that. Like, I was with Joe for a long time, and like, just to really know, like, someone is gonna love him better than I ever could, and someone's gonna love me better than he ever could, and that's just the facts. Like, it's
and
you have to let go. You have to let go of good enough for perfect, or not perfect, but for you. You know what I mean? Like, you can hold tight. First of all, nothing fucking stays, no matter how hard you hold on to it. Yeah. You know, like, if it's meant for you, it will get to you. If it's not, bitch, not even if you fucking cry, throw yourself on the ground and do whatever you need to do. Like, it's not gonna stay if it's not meant for you. You know?
You know what? It will stay and will be reliable for a very long time.
Oh my God, ad break.
Yeah. Your mattress. Guys, I have literally owned this purple mattress since 2015. I freaking love it. I'm telling you, man, listen, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Look at this. This is my purple mattress I have had for a very long time. I absolutely love it. Jess, would you like to tell us more about it?
Yes. So, the technology has improved just about everything. Phones, cars, shopping, yet mattresses more or less have been the same since the invention of sleep. But honestly, you guys y'all have seen the commercials for Purple, right? Like, they got that weird kind of like crate technology. It's super weird. I don't know.
Like a honeycomb, purple silicone
they call it the
thing.
Purple Grid. It's some sort of patented comfort technology that instantly adapts to your body's natural shape and sleep style. It's for every body, no matter how you sleep. It's designed with over 2,800 open air channels and a naturally temperature neutral gel. So you'll never sleep too hot or too cold. Dude, lately I've been getting so hot when I sleep. So I really wish Purple, I mean, you guys are sponsoring us. Can I please get the mattress too? The Purple mattress is soft where you want it, firm where you need it, and comfortably cool all over. It's truly a mattress that does it all. You can count on resting easy night after night and year after year. Purple is
5
so
years
confident.
and counting.
I know Tim's had it for a while. Purple is so confident in what they do that every Purple mattress comes with free shipping and returns and a risk-free 100-night trial. So to experience the next evolution of sleep, go to purple.com/bigmood and use promo code BIGMOOD. For a limited time, you'll get $150 off any Purple mattress order of $1,500 or more.
$150? Damn, that's a good deal.
Yep.
That's purple.
I wish I had this code.
I know, right? So if you had to pay full price, sorry. That's purple.com/bigmood and use the promo code BIGMOOD for $150 off of any mattress order of $1,500 or more, and some terms apply.
And you know what I do on my purple mattress?
I want to know. Ew, no, stop.
I play.
Ooh, what do you play with?
Best Fiends. I play Best Fiends. It's safe to talk about. Yes, you guys know how obsessed I am with this.
I downloaded it because of this, and also because you would not stop talking about it, and it's actually really funny.
I literally don't. Like, listeners, you guys probably think I'm exaggerating. No, like, off camera, I'm constantly talking about this game. I absolutely love it. So what this game is, it's this mobile puzzle game. So I have it on my phone, and it's the best time to pass the time while engaging your brain and enjoying some really cool visuals. And I freaking love it because they update their game monthly with new levels and events. So it never gets old. I'm constantly engaged. Right now I'm in Mushroom Valley on level 432, baby. I never stop playing this game. It's insane. So the other reason why I really love this app is because it doesn't require internet to play, which is great to play anywhere, even though nowadays no one's really going anywhere. But once the world resumes and people will be traveling again, this is literally my favorite travel companion because I play this on the airplane all the time. So engage your brain with fun puzzles and collect tons of cute characters. Trust me, with over 100 million downloads, this 5-star rated mobile puzzle game is a must play. Download Best Fiends for free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Nice. I was stuck on that game for like 4 hours because of you after last time we filmed. Oh my god.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I wonder if people should be making major decisions on, like, should we get divorced or should we get married and things like that during a quarantine. Stacey, do you think that, like, this time right now is the time to be making major life decisions in relationships?
Well, you know how it's really funny because you know how China was like way ahead of us throughout this whole pandemic thing. So it came out as a study came out that actually like hella couples are getting divorced because now they're being forced to spend so much time together, which I think just reinforces what I said earlier, how we all need to have our own individual time. I mean, I've never been married, you know, so what the fuck do I know? I don't even live with anybody. So it's kind of weird to make a decision, like a permanent decision based on a temporary situation. But what do you do? Like, imagine if we were here stuck with our husband or whatever. I mean, Tiff, that's all you know what I mean? But
no, but a lot of those cases in China was because domestic violence went up like crazy.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
You know, we as women, we get more emotional, but also I think men, they get emotional too, but sometimes they don't always know what to do with all of those feelings. Yeah. They just feel them. And depending on what type of guy it is, it can come out in different ways.
I think especially for the men that weren't encouraged, which is the majority of like cultural backgrounds, men are not really encouraged to feel out their emotions. So I do have to say, none of which I say, like none of the advice I say counts for domestic violence. Like if you're in a domestic violence situation, I 100% think you should exit that situation. And like there's literally like none of what I say, like, oh, work their way or like stay or talk about it or whatever, that shit does not count. No. Like if you're being physically abused, that is definitely like a whole other ball game, you
Even
know?
if it's only one time.
Yeah.
Get out, sister.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's kind of weird to think about because again, I can't imagine, like thankfully I have a boyfriend who's super fucking understanding. Like because I work from home and he doesn't, by the time he comes home, he's like, oh my God, like I want to spend time with you or whatever. If I'm still working, like I'll be like, hey baby, like give me 2 more hours, you know? And he's super understanding to be like, okay, like we'll hang out like in 2 hours, you know? So that combination with me also having to make time for him because I'm such a fucking workaholic, dude. Like if it was up to me, I would just work the whole time. Like I enjoy my job. I have fun doing it. So having to be like, okay, like it's 10 p.m. Like I have to cut the computer off so that I can spend time with him, you know? So I think it's just like a constant compromise from both sides, you know? And I think to getting married, there's a lot of couples who already had their wedding plan for these times. And I've seen people that like postponed it. And I've seen people who were like, we still got married. Like we just went by ourselves and we signed the papers. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's weird.
What about though, if you meet someone during quarantine somehow, or like you're getting, like you get back with your ex or something because you're quarantined, right?
Like
Like
an app and you like them a lot.
you know.
Ooh, this is the worst time to get back with your ex because you're bored and lonely. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm saying it. Please don't get back with your ex during quarantine. Just wait a little bit.
I'm not.
Like, wait a little. Yeah, right.
I think Jess, I think you're way past that.
Yeah, we're like way too many months past that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is the time to be getting back with anybody. Like an ex is an ex for a reason, you know? But I think right now it's the time where everybody's like bored, sad, trying to avoid their emotions. This is a time where everything has been taken away from us. So now you actually have to face yourself, face your emotions, face how you're feeling. And so when your phone is boring, like you don't even want to do anything on the computer anymore, this is the time where you're going to go back and look for those connections that you worked with at some point, but that doesn't mean that they're going to work out just because you're bored, you know?
Yeah.
True.
Just go on Hinge or whatever and waste someone's time over text message for a few months.
Have you guys seen all those memes that are like, oh, I'm gonna, like, me telling all the people I met during quarantine that, like, it's not gonna work out anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
You know like how you have like summer flings? It's a quarantine fling.
Yeah.
They should know.
True.
Hey, Jess, what are the guys like on the apps? Are they like ready and willing to meet up, or like any of them just kind of like, oh, you know, I want to get to know you and let's like wait?
I kind of like, well, I was still kind of messing around with the app in early March because like the quarantine stuff was kind of like, I think everyone was still like, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks or maybe 4 weeks max, you know? So I was just like, I'll still play around with it. But I mean, now it's late April and I haven't been on in a while because it's like some of the guys, they were like, hey, would you want to meet up still? And like, meet up somewhere, go for a walk or something, and then I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know, like I'm too scared to pull the trigger myself.
Your lack of responsibility turns me off. Unswipe.
Yeah. Big
I
red
don't
flag.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I feel the same as them though. Like I get it. Like I want human connection too. Like I want to have sex too. Like I want to still be able to date, but like I want to be able to go to a bar or a restaurant and like it just feels weird, you know? So
I was gonna ask you, like, Jess, so how's your relationship going? Have you gotten into any arguments with your vibrator in the last few months?
no. She's good as always.
How are you like getting the emotional connection that you need at these times? Like, do you have like, somebody you're entertaining?
No, I mean, I get my emotional connection, I think, from the girls right now. Like, I don't have like a masculine energy that I can rely on right now. But I think that's a good thing because I was in a relationship for 5 years and then I was kind of dating and I was kind of like dating a lot for a few months, you know? And then so I feel like it's probably better that I take a break from masculine energy at least so that I'm not so clouded by it.
I think this is such a good time period to literally work. I know nobody wants to do it, but to work on yourself and spend that time on yourself and like literally get to know you.
Sorry, teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
What activities would you recommend for that? Like to do that? Because like, for example, when I went to Bora Bora, I'm like, okay, I really want to work on myself. I want to discover myself. I want to know who I am. What do I do?
She gave herself, dude, Tiff went to Bora Bora and gave herself a brand new orgasm.
Yeah, that was cool.
She discovered a new orgasm for herself. How fucking wild is that, shit?
That's true. I worked on myself that way. But what are some like, I don't know, some activities or like
exercises?
I don't know, like, what would we...
Yo, Stacy, guess what I started doing again? Youper, baby. You know I love that shit.
Oh,
what?
Yes. I love that.
I put Stacy on this app a while ago and like I don't know if you stopped. They changed the interface and so I stopped using it for a few months, but I just got back into it. It's like a mood tracker.
What's it called?
Youper, Youper, not sponsored, but I love it. And like it just asks you like 2 or 3 questions each day and you just answer the questions and it tracks your mood. And so then you can actually look back on your weeks and see if you're sad 4 days in a row. Physically seeing it really helps you get out of it. And I saw that one week and one of the biggest changes I made was I started just showering every single morning. Like some days we skip it because we're, working from home and it's fucking fine. But I've been starting my day every single morning with showering just because I saw those little blue dots for a couple days straight. Like, I love that.
Dude,
Stacey, what else are you using?
I started making my bed every morning. Now, that's fucking weird, but you know what? Small changes actually helps.
Yeah, it does.
It feels so good, huh? Fuck yeah, making your bed. I love it.
Never thought I'd be that person, but look who we are.
Dude, and then it's funny because like I only do half of my side and I'm like, Casey, you gotta do your bed. You got to
How cute. Oh my God, Tiff, no, don't do that.
No, but it's nice because, okay, so he wakes up earlier than I do. So he's like making his side as I'm sleeping. And then when I wake up, I make my side. And it's like a tandem project there that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what are some exercises, Stacey, that you might recommend?
So I think to work on yourself kind of sounds so cliche because everybody says it. Like, love yourself, work on yourself, get to know yourself, you know? But personally, I like to look at it from like the actually facing your fears kind of way. So I'm like, yeah, I could sit here and tell you like, write down your emotions, which yeah, you should do that. But anytime my therapist would tell me that, I would be like, bitch, I don't want to fucking write down my emotions. You know? So basically the way that I do it is like allowing to feel my emotions is the number one thing. So for example, if like anxiety comes through, you know, like I allow it to sit in instead of trying to run away from it. So just kind of like personally for me, it manifests on my chest. Like I feel my heart beating. That's how I feel anxiety. So for example, like instead of being like, oh my God, what the fuck am I anxious about? Like, I hate it. Like, I'm so sick. Why am I always like this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay, like if today's going to be that kind of day, that's fine. I'm going to allow it. Like, let's just sit into it. Yeah, because trying to fight anything, like it's just avoiding it even more. It's giving it more power, you know? So for example, if we talk about heartbreak, trying to make yourself feel shitty about being heartbroken is only going to make you feel shittier as opposed to being like, you know what? Like I'm heartbroken and I'm allowed to be sad and I'm allowed to have a rough day. I'm allowed to feel like I'm missing this person more than ever, you know? Like things like that, especially during these weird quarantine times, like, hey, I'm going to wake up at 12. Fuck it. Like I woke up at 12. Let's see what today's going to bring, you know, like not punishing yourself further because there's already hundreds of people trying to judge you. Like, why are you going to judge yourself when this is the one thing that's constantly talking to you, you know? So when it comes to things about getting to know yourself, like spending time on yourself or by yourself without a phone, without a TV, without anything to distract you and like sitting in your pain and being like, all right, what am I running away from? Like, what is it that's constantly trying to get to me that I'm running so fast from? Like the minute you stop running and you're like, all right, bitch, what's up? Like, what do you need? You know, that's the minute you're going to be like, oh, like this is what I was afraid of being by myself. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Like I actually like it, you know? And then you'll start picking people from who they actually are rather than out of loneliness.
Right. That's true. Dude. When this shit's over, like I think right when I left the relationship, I was like, oh, I just got to grab up a bunch of fucking dates and like whatever. And then now I'm like, okay, we've gone through the fucking like post breakup like craziness now. And it's like, I want to pick a really right person. Cause I know that last time I kind of didn't. So I don't want to do that again. But yeah, I think having to force myself to spend this time with my thoughts, it's helping. And even just little shit. Like I did yoga the other day and, like as I was doing the yoga, something popped up where it was like, I need to apologize to Tiff for something that I said to her like fucking 2 months ago. And so I just texted her. I was like, hey, this is super weird, but I was doing yoga and I feel like I need to apologize for this thing from like back in the, and like, but I feel like there's probably hundreds of little shit like that that's like sitting on me, weighing on me, and I just can't like find it and let it out yet. But like, I feel like in this moment I can pull a lot of these things out now because I'm not so distracted by life. And I think that's just going to help me overall, like, once this shit's over, you know?
Yeah. And once this is over and you get out of it, you're like, I've already been by myself. I'm not scared of that anymore. So now I need like from here up, like any man that's from here down, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not going to entertain it, you know?
Yep. Yeah. Honestly, that was, like kind of going off of what you just said, Stacey, is kind of the thing that shifted for me, that last conversation when you were like, so if you do this, then what's the worst? Like, so what? Like you have been in worse situations. Like, why are you so afraid of this one thing? Yeah. And you telling me that, it was like, I was like, you're right. That's so true.
Isn't it funny how like it could be something so small and simple, but you can't, like it's completely blocked out in your mind, but someone else sees it so clearly and you just need someone else to tell you. And all of a sudden it just breaks all the barriers and you completely understand now. Yeah. I think that's what Stacey does for us.
Exactly. It's only helpful if like you're willing to receive it, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only, if you're willing. Like for me, I was in such a crazy low point for myself, like in the marriage too, where I was just like, I need to get out of this. Like, for me, like my own experience, like whatever I'm doing in this marriage, like I need to put up a mirror and see like what the hell what's happening. And like, it only got to that point where I was really receptive to get the advice that you were able to give me, Stacey. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got to be open to it. Otherwise, it's going to go in one ear, out the other. Like, if you ever wanted to really help a friend and then like you know what you want to like say to them. Like, I feel like Stacey probably deals with this all the time, but she's just like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'm constantly having to learn when to step in and say something and when to shut the fuck up, because there's times where I'm like, bitch, you're being fucking dumb, but you have to let people make their own mistakes, you know? Like, you can't, like, I could say all this and hundreds of people can be listening, and only the people that are ready to hear what they need to hear at this moment are going to hear it. Otherwise, other people are going to be like, dude, this bitch is crazy. You know what I mean? And both are fine. Both are great, you know?
Yeah.
So true.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Stacey, thank you so much for joining us. As usual, you've always brought such wisdom and love to us, and we're so happy to have you back. We hope to have you back again. That's the end of our episode, you guys. If you guys liked it, please give us a like and a sub, and then we will see you guys next week. Be good, y'all. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.